is moving and where we break the movement pattern and get the proper outcomes. The reductionism in science is a very powerful tool, but it can also lead to the trap if we taken it too far. By breaking down the complex system into the smaller part, we can gain the clarity of understanding of each detail of a movement pattern. Let's say an example, we are moving the shoulder in flexion or in abduction. Before moving the shoulder into the flexion, we need a proper scapular stability. So we need to improve the scapular stability first to achieve the full for flexion. So how we can achieve the full shoulder flexion? So we have to break down this pattern of movement, and we need to train the pattern in offload position, and gradually we should go into the loading part. However, this reductionism approach can cause us to lose a sight of a bigger picture and this interconnection with the whole movement pattern. To avoid this trap, we need to balance the reductionism with a more comprehensive. We need to see the movement from the holistic view. Understanding the patterns and relationship between the part, that is more important for understanding part versus the pattern. If we study this part versus pattern in very much detail, we will understand about how the movement occurs. Our approach should focus on reconstruction and reinforce the whole movement pattern, not just the individual component. Let's take an analogy with the calorie counting. Calories as a reductionism. The more perspective often reduce the foods to just their calorie content, ignoring other important factors like enzyme, micronutrients, fibers, and the glycemic index. When the person is into the obese stage, they cut down their food, but they don't understand about if we cut down the food, we also cut down the important enzymes as well as the micronutrients. So this reductionism view can lead to us to assume the highly processed foods are equivalent to the whole food, even if they have the same calorie count. However, these two types of foods can have very different metabolic effect despite having the same number of calories. So the result, despite our increasing the focus on calorie counting, body fat percentage have generally worsened over the period of time, and suggesting that the calories alone do not tell us the full story about the nutrients and the health. So the same thing that happens in the movement pattern. The movement versus body part. The body part that we consider it as a the to how the movement has to perform. The story between the movement and the body parts that understand the whole movement perspective. The scientific reductionism has led us to focus on isolating and analyze the specific body part of a human body. We have relieved the pain from the patient, but we have not correct the proper pattern. The human brain is very incredible. The machine consistently adopting the pattern of movement. We are not generating the new pattern, but we are rewiring the same pattern what we learn in our developmental milestone. However, even after the original problem is resolved, the new movement pattern can linear as a residual habits and leading to the illogical behavior, like the same thing what I have discussed. Like the person has a ankle pain. We set the stage for the gait cycle, but still he has some residual habits. It is very crucial that we monitor this behavior pattern closely, looking at the movement itself as well as the supporting element that drives the proper pattern. And by understanding the neural programming behind our movement, we can better identify and address this persistent movement pattern and help